I'm being cyber stalked on the internet. Okay, I've been doing this for about 4 years. Cameron is their main target. Cameron is their CPS knows about it, and so I'm gonna tell you how this all works. The whole, including Tallahassee, which Tallahassee is the actual headquarters of CPS. Now it goes through the hotlines. So what's happening is it's anonymous calls, but it's TikTok that's doing this. So the main cult leaders are Turtle and Turtle and they're the cult leaders. And I don't care if the haters. Here, turn off the comments. I'm gonna talk about this. All right. So these are the people that started it all. Okay? I have had CPS in my life for 4 years. Never an open case. Never anything founded. I did this all voluntarily. Drug test, hair follicle test, over and over and over again. So, unfortunately, even though the haters know that, but by many times as CPS has been in my life, you would think something would happen. I mean, that's what I would think, right? However, I can't stop the phone calls with it being anonymous. So Cameron, since I've lived here in Florida 1 year, I've had over 50 caseworkers within a year. Never an open case, all because of TikTok and the bullies and the cult leaders, Turtle and VILL, whatever. These are the people that started it. So now what's happening is word of mouth is getting on TikTok. Their goal and their target is Cameron. They are trying their hardest. It's not really about abuse, about Cameron. They have called animal control on me to get Coco taken away. They have tried calling animal control to get Sonic taken away. They have called the county for the pool to get me in trouble. They have contacted, they think that, now mind you, it's not just about Cam here. It's not just about Cameron. They're trying to get me and Aaron to split up. They're calling Aaron's job. They are calling my mom's job. They are texting my mother, who is 74 years old. And they even have tried to call my mom's job to get her fired. At the end of the day, they are trying their hardest. They even called my landlord. It's not about, oh, Cameron's being abused. No. This is straight up trying to get Aaron and I to be completely broken up by what they're trying to do. They're trying to break me and my mom up. They're trying their hardest to get Coco taken away. They're trying to take Sonic away. And they can't do that. It's not working for them. So, just gotta check on Cameron. So, nothing is working. These bullies, they're unable to get that to happen. Mind you, they've been trying this for, I would say, about 4 years. However, for the last 4 years, they have tried to for the last 4 years, they have tried to twist things to the narrative. They take 2 videos, or they take videos of the whole week, and they make it where I look at what hold on, I gotta set my phone up here. So then what happens is with TikTok, it's word of mouth, right? So let's say and there's multiple mob gangs. They're called internet mob gangs, okay? From Discord to Reddit, they're like cliques, okay? Like high school, cliques, okay? And I'm their target. They picked me because I guess they think I'm weak and they think they can bully me. So for the last 4 years, they thought that they could not get Cameron taken away by abuse and neglect because I'm not abusing and neglecting Cameron. So, basically, at this point, they're now going after my mental health. They even stated that in a Discord. They even stated that on Reddit. I've been sent things. And here's what they say. Fuck, why can't anyone get this done? This is bullshit. I thought this person could get this done. Blah, 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 blah. They think that Turtle is the queen of TikTok that can get a child taken away. Tiffany. They think that Tiffany's going to be able to do something. Obviously, she hasn't. Because where's Cameron? Cameron is still here. Everyone thought that Cameron was going to be taken out in the last week. You guys, I don't know when people will start to wake up. I don't know when this will stop. But however, this last report that you guys thought that me and Aaron had when Cameron came into the room, no. He never did that. So anyway, when that allegation was made, just a little bit ago, I would say about 2 months ago, or a month ago, whatever, when they were talking about it, I had to bring Cameron to CPT because it was sexual abuse. So my mother had to take him in because I couldn't. Turns out, nothing was wrong. A couple, I would say over 6 months ago, Cameron was at school. They did another sexual allegations. Cameron had to be picked up by the police and by CPS. They took my son to an abuse clinic. The same one that I'm taking him on July 1st. I get a knock on my door. There's a police officer and CPS and my child at my door. Here's the warrant or the case, whatever. Handed to me, handed my son and said, there's no abuse, there's no neglect. Here's your son. I'm like, I could have told you that. They had to strip him down. You talk about a worse mother's nightmare. Let's continue. Sorry, I'm just checking up on my son. So now, because of the clicks and the haters and the live streamers are talking about it, like they're talking about it over and over and over again. Because Cameron is still not taken away. So even though the haters knew that they have done what they've done to resolve that investigation, they're still talking about it because Cameron is not taken away yet. So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring in more people to look at the haters, which the hater videos, they take the haters on videos, they take my live screens or from weeks and weeks, and they match it up and they twist everything I do and say. And they put this video in this day, and they even put a video of Cameron screaming or Cameron's voice. There's a video out there that I know for a fact Cameron was at school. And Karen was over here, and Karen was, you know, listening to these women, grown women adults, who was talking about me and Cam. And of course, Cameron was in school, because I normally don't yell. I try my hardest not to give them a reaction anymore. I try to stay as calm as I can, even though I'm upset and I'm furious. As a mother, I have every right to. But I try my hardest not to give them a reaction anymore. However, that day was really pissing me off. So I went into the phone and I started to scream at my phone, and I was really upset. I was like, you know what? My hands are up. I'm done. I've had enough. They made that video thinking that, and then they put Cameron's voice in that video thinking that I was doing that in front of Cameron when Cameron was at school. So that when I talk about they take videos and they edit stuff, that's what they do. Because that day, my supporters knew that Cameron was at school. However, with word of mouth, you okay, Cameron? Are you okay? You want a slushie? You want a slushie? Yes. Okay, well, we'll get a slushie. After we're done here, I'll take you and get a slushie because you're being a good boy for mama. However, I'm also going to tell you guys something that's going to happen today in 1 hour. And you know what? Because I'm very truthful. CPS wants to do a biopsychological on me today at 12 o'clock for my mental health. And that's what I'm going to have to do today. In 1 hour, I have somebody coming here from CPS who's in the mental whatever, who has to do a deep exam on me psychologically, voluntarily. And I said, I want to do it. If I do this exam with CPS, I will clear my name. And that's exactly what I want to do here. I have a psychiatrist. I'm on Lexapro. I'm doing way better than I did months ago. So I told CPS I want her to come in. I want her to talk to me. Like I said, they're trying to take Cameron away from me because they're going after my mental health. And here's what they do to me what was I gonna say? So you know how the people come in here in my lives and they start being aggressive and they start bullying me and they start attacking me because they know how to push my buttons. Well, because they cannot try and get Cameron taken away because of abuse and neglect, they're coming at me for my mental health. In order to do that, they are trying to push my buttons, to push me over the edge, to make me say, okay, here's a video, okay, CPS, here's what she's doing, she's mentally unstable. But it's because of what the people are doing to me in my life. Now, I'm supposed to control my own emotions, which I have been trying my hardest. But when there's hundreds of people making nasty hater pages about you, body shaming you, bashing your son, as a mother, how much can you take? How much can you take? We're human, right? We're human. We make mistakes. This is very hard to talk about. This is very hard to talk about, especially on the internet. But this is what's happening to me because of the bullies. Now, I could have told this CPS mental evaluation person, I could have said, no, I don't want you to do this. Because it is voluntary. And I said, I want you to know who I am as a mom. I told her I want to do this. Because this will show, not only CPS, but this will show Tallahassee that I am perfectly capable of taking care of my child. And I will show that by today in 1 hour. It just goes on my record. There's nothing else that I can say about this. At the end of the day, this is wrong. This is wrong, this is unfair, especially after so many things that I have had to do voluntarily. No court has ordered me to do any of this. No court, mind you, no judge, no court has ever told me I had to do these things. I want to do them. I want to take a drug test. I want to take a hair follicle test. I want this medical, this psychological person to come into my house. Why? Gabby, why would you want that? I'll tell you why. Because I know I'm a good mom. So that's why. Because if I was guilty, then I wouldn't do it voluntarily. But I'm doing it because I want to prove a point. I want to do it and show the whole TikTok and the whole community that they're a bunch of liars. Not because I have to, but because I want to. So, that is all I kind of want to say, and that's what's happening right now. So, yeah. What's up, Beba? It's hot in here. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. It's not easy talking about any of this. Any of it. Any of it.